That's the online site for a syndicated radio talk show host who offered $1,000 to the person who puts up the most Obama Joker posters. Some believe the presidential jab is hardly a joke. Tyler police took photos and collected some of the posters as evidence.
Oh, my gosh. The person on light poles taped them up. And I don't have time to play them. We posted them on Infowars.com, on PrisonPlanet.com, where they are calling for my arrest. I'm a racist. You know, they asked the guy on international Spanish TV all over North America. They asked him, why do you think they put him up? And they said, they need to arrest the person that had the idea for this contest. He doesn't like brown people. My wife speaks Spanish. I had to drag her over to the computer and say, what's he saying? I mean, this is craziness. And so it's backfiring, though. People are going, wait a minute, you can't put a poster up? And, again, in Hays County, south of where I live, they're saying, well, we don't have a law against it, but we're trying to pass one right now. I mean, this is so un-American. This is shameful. What is their problem? You know, if you live in Hays County or any of these places, Miami, San Francisco, where they're calling for the banning of this, you ought to go to city council, even if you disagree with me criticizing Obama, and say, look, it's the First Amendment. If we ban people criticizing him, it's over. And everybody sees through this. That's why I'd say 9 out of 10 see through this. That's why the Washington Post and Sydney Morning Herald and all these big papers are coming out and saying, leave it alone. Don't pull them down. So I'm getting a lot of emails, a lot of videos sent to me of people putting them up in San Antonio. People come over, rip them down, get in people's face. And they go, you will respect our president. Well, he doesn't respect the Bill of Rights or Constitution. He's a liar. He's a fake. And people are upset by this Joker image because it cuts through to who he really is. A criminal. A New World Order pimp. A liar. This poster only tells people what they already know on inside their gut. All right, I'm going to rampage through your calls on the other side. Each caller gets 1 minute. Then I'm going to hit the news. Stay with us.
This is Alex Jones. Have you heard of the Millionaire Patriot? Well, you should. He has a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training waiting for you. That's right. You can attend 5 days of world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute and secure a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Plus, if you act fast, the Millionaire Patriot will give you a free Springfield Armory XD pistol in the caliber of your choice. I believe now is the time that you and your family need to be armed and trained to levels that exceed law enforcement and military standards. Front Sight provides such training without any boot camp mentality or drill instructor attitudes. This is real. Don't miss out. Secure a Front Sight defensive handgun course, plus a 30-state concealed weapons permit for pennies on the dollar, and get your free handgun. Go to frontsight.com today. That's FRONTSIGHT.com. Go to frontsight.com for your training and free gun.
We're living the dream. 1776, Part 2, standing up as free humanity, cutting through all the corporate lies and fraud, getting down to reality, Bill of Rights, Constitution, a libertarian, free society, reaching for the stars, not a bunch of pot-bellied bureaucrats ruling over us. I want to say great job to the crew before I go back to your calls. Paul Hartman in there, Bob. And I see out there getting ready Jaron Neihart over at the local affiliate, making sure all goes well with that before we take the training wheels off. And then we've also got good old Jason Burmis coming up with a detailed new breaking news on the flu. Continuity of government. This is their shadow government excuse to debut the Northcom Homeland Security system. That, the Army just rules our lives. That is coming up. He'll have 3 hours after us for all the phone calls, all the people that want to get on the show today. I do want to put a plug in. While it's still legal and lawful, they're saying that it's evil, you need to be arrested. If you criticize the president, you better not put up a poster saying he's bad. We've made our own iconic versions of the Obama Joker that really gets the establishment, their panties in a wad. And we have them all available at Infowars.com via the secure online shopping cart. The Obama image, and we have it with "In the Fed" on the back, Stop the Criminal on the back, just Infowars.com on the back. We have black T-shirts and white T-shirts, 8 different variants of the shirts at Infowars.com. And, of course, the free flyers are also linked there on the page, so you can get them and print copies off and give them out to folks. Or you can give in to the Soviets and let all the freedom basically end. I guess we could have the chilling effect work and, believe the Hayes County Free Press and all the other TV and radio stations saying it's hate speech and should be illegal. I mean, I guess you could just let America end. Or you can go to the site and get my film, The Obama Deception, showing what a fraud this guy is. You can also call toll-free to get the T-shirts and the books and the films like The Obama Deception, 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139, or Infowars.com. And as I said, you can also write to us, Infowars, P.O. Box 19549. That's P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. That's P.O. Box 19549. That's P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. Okay, quickly, because I want to get to this other, but I also want to hear from you. John in California, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for calling.
I just had a quick question for you today. I recently spoke at a town hall meeting for my congressman last week, and it was a very big privilege to do so.
You have done well, Lord
Vader. I have a one-on-one meeting with him coming up on Tuesday. I do want to bring up the FEMA camps, HR 645, Rex 84. I want to bring up all these things. I just wanted to ask you first to see exactly what do you think I should be doing here. You know what I mean? Just so I can get as much information as I can out of this guy.
Well, I would be confident. So many of us are apologetic when we speak out. I mean, it's almost like relationship books. I haven't read them, but I've heard the talk show host with him. I was on Mancow last week, and he had a relationship guy on while I was on hold about how to be confident when you pick a woman up, but like really confident, not trying to be confident. You need to be confident when it's just like that. You want to be confident and very serious and lock eyes on and say, listen, Congressman, I know you're a very busy person. I brought you a folder of documentation. I'm about to give you a synopsis in this briefing. But in this folder, you will find the proof of everything I'm saying. And I would give him the Hill newspapers. Governors oppose DOD emergency powers. They oppose 400,000. Sorry, go ahead.
I said it's all printed. Everything's ready. There's no problem there.
Then that's it. I would just shake their hand, look them in the eye, and say, look, you live here too. Your family lives here too. You know this country's going into tyranny. And you know it's wrong. And so we need you to step up and understand what's happening and not go along with this tyranny. And then that's all you can do.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you for your help.
Good to hear from you, John. Appreciate it. Dan in Colorado. Dan, you're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon, Alex. Thank you very much for taking the call. Quick question to you, and I'm sure a lot of the listeners would like to hear your response. If you would, please, could you confirm or dispel the rumor that's been circulating about an upcoming bank holiday?
You know, a lot of people like to put dates on things, and there's every month or so people say there's a bank holiday. I did confirm that 2 months ago, or almost 2 months ago, that major embassies around the world were told, don't just have dollars. At least 2/3 of your currency reserves, have it in your local currency or euros or gold. And then the embassies were told, because there may be a dollar devaluation in the fall or winter. We do see a lot of big banks going under, several big ones last week. We know this $23.7 trillion that's starting to hit the streets is going to cause a dollar devaluation. Now, will that bubble pop in a month or 2 years from now? Or will they somehow Svengali it into a new bubble? I don't know. The point is, it's like the establishment is running around with a sparkling torch with embers dropping off of it in a fireworks factory with black powder all over the ground. So when is the factory going to blow up? I don't know. But they're running around with burning torches inside a fireworks factory. So your guess is as good as mine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate the call. Dan in Colorado, you're on the air. Go ahead. That was Dan, okay. Still on the screen. Philip in Canada. Go ahead, Philip.
Hi, Alex. It's an honor.
It's an honor to talk to you. Go ahead.
I grew up in Dallas, Texas, and now I'm living in Canada as an artist, so I'm spreading the word around up here, and telling everyone about the Fed, H1N1, and pretty much everything that you've been talking about, but they all kind of come to one question, which is, what's going to happen in Canada?
Exact same bull. All over the Western world, it's the same bureaucracies, the same names, the same groups, the same global corporate takeover. And of course, it's admitted it's a world government run by a select few corporations. But I mean, for anybody that won't even go research that, it's the same program, the same names. It's all a global corporate parasite that sits on top of the nation states, wrecking them. Because by wrecking things, they can have their corporate takeovers. And then people say, well, let us live under corporations. These are eugenicist, control freak Nazis. So you don't want to live under their world government because it's an authoritarian hell system.
I guess more specifically about the swine flu, do you think they're going to use that to push through